Hey you guys, it's me Gemstone from tarotforhealing.com. I hope you guys are doing really well. This is your monthly astrological reading for the month of September. This is for Cancer, and I'm going to be reading your playing cards like I usually do. 4 playing cards, and then I'm going to be moving on to your more specific areas of your life using the Beautiful Creatures Tarot. And I'm also just about to pick a card for you right now from the Angel Answers deck. Okay, but I'm going to read what that card says at the ending of the reading. Okay, so for you, Cancer, what I'm seeing for you is that, well, the first card is the 8 of clubs with the 4 of clubs, with the 7 of hearts, with the 3 of diamonds. So this is a really great time for you because I believe that something is going to come through. Something is going to be coming through fast to you, and this has to do with you've been wanting to create something. The thing that you've been wanting to create is it could be you've been really wanting a home, you've been really wanting success in what you're trying to do, maybe career wise. You've been really wanting time spent with family, things like that, and it's going to be coming to you. With it coming to you, it's kind of saying, I think things that you have been dreaming of has the opportunity to come through. And you are going to be given the opportunity to use either a talent of yours or a gift of yours and express it. So if you're very creative, this might be the chance for you to explore your creativity. This might be the chance for you to really delve deeper into something that you really love to do, something you've dreamed about doing. And also with that, it's like I see times where even for some of you guys, this could even be speaking of like a home-based business, like you working from home, doing something you love to do, or working through the internet, like so many people are doing, like starting up online businesses and things like that. And so these might be things that you're either considering doing or that you are doing. But I feel like there's going to be some headway, some movement that's going to be coming through with these things that you really are desiring. And it's all kind of came from your own imagination. Even if you've been thinking about inventing something, that doesn't currently exist, or, something like that. It's like you're very futuristic in terms of your thinking. So it's almost like you might have ideas that are even advanced ideas, like again, like I said, things that haven't even been created yet. But then you're kind of thinking to yourself, okay, this is something I really want to do. This is something I really want to show the world, like what I'm doing. And it might not be necessarily that this is the month where you show it. For some it could be, but it might not be necessarily the month that you show it, but it's just the time where it's almost like you're able to just get things going. It's like you've worked out the plans and you have obviously the desire behind it, but then it's just a time to kind of just, you're going to be working on this now. So yeah, it's really good for you. The card that showed up for you is the Archer of Fire. The Archer of Fire would be Sagittarius kind of energy, and this is showing up in your work and your finances. So to me, that Sagittarius kind of energy is sort of ruled by Jupiter, and it's about sort of the expansion. Jupiter, usually wherever it shows up, is sort of like it brings gifts, it brings blessings, wherever it shows up. So it could be, again, Jupiter could be giving you some kind of blessing that is showing up here, or I don't want to make it sound like, oh, it's just coming from that aspect of things, but I'm just sort of talking about in reference to the cards. And so it could be saying that that's like something positive can be coming through in terms of your work situation. If you're planning on learning something new, like you're planning on going back to college, like you say in the States, or like university, and stuff like that, is it's a really good time to be doing that, to be going back into education, having higher learning, higher understanding, and having opportunities to really open up your mind to new things as well. So you could be traveling, you might be traveling to a new place because of your work, or because of your career, wanting to expand and grow or build up on something that you've already been developing. So this is a really good time for branching out and for really thinking outside the box. I kind of feel like thinking outside of just, instead of having this kind of limited way of thinking, it's more about you sort of busting through that and thinking more broadly. And so I think that that'll be really good for you. And I also pulled another card with it, and it's also a fire card too. So it really shows that there's a lot of excitement going on with the things that you are trying to do. And with this card, it's sort of showing that's why you are thinking sort of broadly, because right now you have the opportunity to just go in I don't want to say a different direction. It's like you have the opportunity to really think in a really broad sense, a really like thinking about the future, thinking about the bigger picture. That's kind of what I wanted to say, thinking about the bigger picture than where you're at now or what you're doing now, which is really good. I like those cards. The next cards, for those of you that are in relationships, this one has been coming up a lot, a lot, a lot. This Bull of Earths, loads. It's been coming up, and I don't know, I don't know, but it keeps on showing up, and then it has the nine of waters. So even relationships can bode quite well at this time. I'm kind of feeling, when I look at these cards, it's about okay, it's about, I feel like it's almost like you guys are just like, you and somebody else are, you're just going to be having a really good time with one another. Like the nine of waters, it could be showing that you have a good time socializing, being out with your partner, um again feeling like a wish has come true. Maybe you finally are with somebody that you really want to be with, or you've been dating somebody and it's just been going really well, and it's just been progressing, and that might be what is causing you to be happy in this situation. I feel like there's a sense of fulfillment that comes with from a relationship, comes from a partner, and there's love, there's harmony, there is a connection that is there. And with this connection, it's almost like, for some of you guys, you may decide to live with your partner, or you may decide that you um and your partner to do something that you just both enjoy, and really just enjoying the beauty of a relationship. Maybe even for some of you guys, you might decide to go with your partner to some kind of retreat or something like that, something where you can pamper yourself, a spa, something like that as well. But I just see like doing some sort of like you guys are dating, but you're doing fun stuff like together, like, and it's just helping you guys to bond like closer to one another. Okay, for those of you that are single, you have the Three of Earths with the Jar of Airs. The Three of Earths to me is like, sometimes when you get a free card, it could be saying maybe you may have somebody that you like. You may have more than one person that you like, basically. Or you may have more than one person that you could probably be involved with, or like or you could be dating more than one person. But then But then when this card shows up to me, it also represents that sometimes it takes a bit of work to establish as something that you really want. So it could be that maybe there is more than one person that you could potentially be seeing, but then it's like to really make something come about, it's going to take some more work. It's going to take some more getting to know each other. Is maybe this person needs a bit more wooing, maybe this person isn't very easily satisfied, so they may need a bit more convincing over like a relationship situation or something like that. But she's also holding the earth as well in her hands, so it could be somebody that you're traveling to see, somebody that is traveling to see you. Being that I was feeling so much traveling like stuff going on previously, it could definitely be you traveling to see somebody, or just thinking about going to another part of the world. And maybe if you do travel, you may actually meet more than one person that you could potentially be with. Like this could be people that you haven't actually yet met. But either way, I feel like there's definitely potential to meet some very interesting kinds of people in September for you, Cancer. I feel like for a lot of you Cancers, and this is just something that has just come through to me, I feel like a lot of you guys within yourself, you are just really a lot of you guys, I feel like you want to be in a different environment. I feel like you want to travel, you want to go somewhere in September, you want to just branch out so much. And it's like you can't stand being where you are right now. You just and I don't only mean where you are like in whatever part of the world. I think maybe this could even just be referring to just your general situation. Like you just are really wanting to just bring in something different, something fresh. And so this could be speaking just to those of you that are single, but I think it's also like a bigger sort of message that just applies to all cancers in general. That's kind of what I'm feeling. It's like I think maybe things in your life have just become too humdrum, and you're just more like you're trying to embrace alternative things. So you want to delve into things that are different, that are unique, more quirky things. So it might even be that maybe you decide to join a group where it's people, it's a people coming together that like something that is very like different, unique, like and even very forward thinking. It could even be like some kind of humanitarian um thing as well, like something that's connected with, I don't know, saving the animals, the planet, or something like that, that you may be interested in this month. But you're definitely having ideas that are very like futuristic. They're well like into the future, and it's just, but I like it. I like those cards. I feel like something else wants to come through though with this one. I think that also what I'm feeling with this card is that it's because you may have gone through some challenging times, but then it's like you've learned so much from those experiences. Like you're a survivor of those experiences, and you've just kept on going, and it's just, and with this card coming up, the addictions card, which would be the devil card in the standard tower, showing up as your spirit card. I think that you need to for some of you guys, you need to release um any kind of negative belief systems, or anything that limits or restricts you. You don't want to feel bound, you don't want to feel stuck. You want to just be feeling free to move forward, and again free to sort of break any shackles that may be controlling you or just weighing you down. But I feel like you can get through a lot. I feel like you're breaking boundaries. And then with this addiction card, it's like, for some of you guys, I think for some of you guys, you could be already embracing this energy of breaking down these boundaries. For some of you, you may feel still trapped in these boundaries. It could be a case of having some sort of addiction. It can be addiction to anything, drink, alcohol, um smoking, even sometimes relationships that are negative, that aren't really taking you anywhere, but then at the same time your relationships seem to be looking pretty cool. So it could just be even just thinking your own sort of negative self-talk, because again, I am sort of seeing that you are kind of really wanting to think in a really like broad way. But then this card is saying that sometimes fears can show up as well when you start having these kind of ideas, because it's not just about you having the idea, but then it's about you taking the next step into doing it. And sometimes doing it can be quite scary, and it can make you start to think, you know what, do I really want to do this, and stuff. And then you start thinking in a more like restricted way. But then I think that you can break through this if you adopt more of the energies like of the earlier cards, that is saying, you know what, don't be afraid to go for something new, to do something different, to think in a very unique way, and to just be expanding your mind with knowledge and understanding, because all of that will help you break free of any kind of limitations that you in your mind tries to impose upon you. So yeah, it's a good card. And your angel answers card is compromise. So it could be saying that you may have to make some really you may have to be more open to being flexible, not being rigid, and not just saying, okay, this is what I want, this is what I want to do. Is maybe there's other people that you have to think about in some of these things that you want to do, or the decisions that you make. So or maybe you just can't do everything you want to do at the same time. Like you might be getting so much inspiration, but it's sort of saying, okay, maybe you have to do one thing at a time. So you may have to like prioritize things. But then it's like it's really showing, the scales here. It almost reminds me of like the scales of justice. So it could be saying that again, maybe you have to balance things out if they haven't been balanced, balance certain areas of your life out. Maybe you've been devoting too much time to one area and have been kind of neglecting the other. So it's sort of saying you have to kind of think about that, also consider that too. And I think that this card is to also connecting with also all these talks, talk that I've been saying in reference to your dreams and the things that you want to happen. Because yeah, I feel like it's saying to take your time as well, that there's no rush with things. Take your time to plan things, make sure everything is worked out properly. Because I know that sometimes when we're inspired to do something, we want to do it instantly, but it's just sort of saying that things will take time. So, yes, peace and many blessings to you. I'll see you guys. Bye.